Hello everyone. Uh, this is my first video on BacktTack. I'm free. To the first video, I'd like to show you on how we can install a BacktTack on a VMware machine. So first, you need to download the BacktTack from the BacktTack website, backtrack-linux.org, the download section. You can go to download section, and in the download section you can find your release version, whether R3, R2, or R1, or just a 5. So you can choose your manager is a GOM or KDE or GOM. I usually prefer a GOM because it's much simpler and more easy to use. Whereas KDE version is more, uh, I think it's more complicated for me. But I don't know whether you like arcade or GOM. So you can download the both version and you can try and give a try on both version. So for my video, I'll be using GOM version. So you can choose 32 or 64 bit, whether depending on your processor, whether it's a 64 or 32 bit. Or you can choose ISO or VMware ISO or VMware version. So GOM have both VMware version and ISO version, and the download type is direct or torrent. So after you download, I have already downloaded my one here between GOM 32 bit. So after you finish download, you can open your VMware, either it's VirtualBox or VMware Player or VMware Workstation. So I'm using VMware Workstation 9. So I would like to show you on how we can install this VMware Workstation 9. So just click on a new virtual machine. If you are advanced VMware user, you can choose a custom and arrange your own things, and you can modify your own settings. So just for basic, we are using a typical or recommended version. So just click next, and here you can choose a ISO file. We have just now downloaded the ISO file in this directory. So you can browse and you can go where you have downloaded the ISO, and you can choose the ISO file. So here you can see a little bit of error, small error. Could not detect which operating system. Never mind. Just click on next and choose a Linux or Ubuntu, depending on your version. So just click next. So give a name to a virtual machine, BT or just a BacktTack. So it's a location is where you want to install. So you can choose your own location. Let me choose my own location for this purpose. Make a new folder. Okay, BT paste. Okay, next. You can give a maximum disk space depending on your need. Usually, if you want to use for a long term, you can assign a more hard disk capacity to your virtual box. Because later when you go on and carry on, you may need a larger file like a word list or a password list, or very large file which you want to save for in your BacktTack machine for with factory or without PA cracking, or password directory or anything that you want. So I recommend you to use a higher give at least 100 GB or something to your virtual machine for BacktTack. So for test purpose, I'm just using a 20 GB. Just list this one as default. Just click next. So if you want to customize your hardware, you can customize how many GB of RAM you want, processor, maybe one or two, or depending on your need, you can modify your thing here. So, and one important thing is that network connection. You can put either bridge or NAT. Bridge is direct. You get a direct, your virtual machine will get a direct DHCP IP from a DHCP server. If you are using a NAT, then your host host opening or OS will give you a your IP to the guest OS. So for my testing, I'm just using a NAND for just finish. After you finish, then you can power on the machine. Okay, enter. Just enter. Just a few seconds. So first time if you want to log into BacktTack, you just need to type STARTX. It will take you to a GUI version or graphical interface. So when you go to the graphical interface, you can see in the desktop is install BacktTack. Just double click this one, and it will ask you for the installation option. So you can choose your installation, whether you want English, Spanish, or whether uh, whatever your language is. So for me, I just choose English forward. Setting of clock time, movement, just skip this test. Where you can actually wait and it will actually get your location for the timing. So you can choose a region, Asia, or wherever you are, and the time zone, which time zone you want. You can choose depending on your time zone whether you are over there. So I just do okay, just choose anyone depending on your region and time zone. You can choose. Just for testing, I just use my default location and just click forward. So the keyboard is USA. That's forward, and you need to click on the erase and just the entire disk because you have already created a virtual disk for the BacktTack. So just click forward and just install. So it will take some time depending on how much RAM and how much processor you have assigned for your virtual disk. So till then, just I pause my video. So here we are on. After we finish the installation, you need to power on the virtual machine. Just a few seconds. Okay, the first time when you power on the virtual machine, the default username and password is root, and the user is root and the password is 2. So after you log in, you need to change the default password for the security reason. So the default login is root and the password is 2. And for the graphical interface, you just need to type start X. So here we are on a desktop GUI. So first thing we need to do is after we create a virtual box for a BacktTack, we can change the default password depending on your security need. So to change the default password, we just need to type. Okay, when you give a command passwd, it will ask you to enter a new Unix password. So for any new password, you can give any password depending on your name. Okay. So just remember in Linux, when you type a password, it will never show you anything. It will just show you like a line. So here my password is already successfully up to date. So I think this that's all for this the first video. On the second video, I'll show you on BacktTack how we can assign DHCP manually and static IP and changing the connection and Wi-Fi connection. In the second video, I would like to show you all these things. So for the first video, that's it. Thank you for watching.